Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and today we're going to make a little project using Maymay stamp set, and this one I think is called Hair Picking. It is a cute little stamp set. I absolutely love it. It is Easter based, but you could use it for just about anything. I just think it's adorable. But we're going to use that, and again, thank Maymay for sending this to me. And this is what we're going to make. It's, if you can see, this is her little rabbit right there, and it says Spring Greetings, and it is a spinner card. The little rabbit just spins around and around on the top of the box. It's not a spinner card, I'm sorry, it's a spinner box. And then the box opens, if I can figure out how it opens. The box opens and you can store something in there. Give to somebody if you want. But it's very simple to make. It might look difficult, but it's not. But I just think that little rabbit spinning around on top is adorable. So, let's get started. Okay, you're going to need a piece of cardstock, and it can be whatever color that you want. I'm just going to do another red one. You're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. Okay. You're going to put it on your scoreboard, and on the long side you're going to score at 1 5/8. Yes, I count the little dots again. So score at 1 5/8, score at 5 5/8, score at 7 1/4, and score at 11 1/4. So again, let's make sure we got that right, because I'm terrible about getting my measurements correct. 1 5/8, that's the little mark right after your half. So 1 5/8, 5 5/8, 7 1/4, and 11 1/4. And then we're going to turn it around, turn it 90 degrees, and we're going to score at 1/2, 2 1/8, 6 1/8, and 7 3/4. Okay, so that is all of our scoring done. So let's put this away. Alright, now with the 1-inch score line nearest you, and see the other end has a larger score line, if you can see that. I know it's so hard to see. But just make sure that the 1-inch score line is nearest you. You're going to cut out some parts, and I'm just going to mark them with my pencil, and that way you'll know which ones come out. You're going to take out this one, and this one, and this one, and then you're going to take out this one, and you're going to cut down this line, this score line right there. I know this is hard to see on this red. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Just remind me to zoom back out, okay? Alright, again, you're going to take out this one, that part, that one, that, and then that. So I'll hold it up where you can see. You're going to take out these 3 little blocks, and then you're going to take out these 2 blocks. It's really 2. I shouldn't have put 3 marks on there. On the other side, you're going to take out that one, and that one, and then this one and this one. And you'll see more about it as we start cutting, and then you're going to cut along that score line. Okay, and then on the other end, you're going to take off just this corner block on both sides, and then you're going to cut along that score line just up to the first so let's just cut it and then you'll be able to see. So we'll start right here. We're going to cut up this score line. We're going to stop right there. We're going to go up here to this little block. I guess I should have done this on a different color. It'd been a lot easier for you to see. Alright, so we've got those 2 blocks, or really it's 4 blocks. We got those 4 blocks cut out. So that little section. And now we're going to cut this little block off. Okay, so there's that one. Alright, let me zoom back out so that you can see everything. And then on this little score line right here, where you cut that block out, you're going to score, or you're not going to score, you're going to cut down to that first little score line right there. Okay? Alright, you're going to do the same thing on this side. On the score line, cut up to that score line right there, and cut across. So you got that cut out, just like the other side. And then you're going to cut this little box out right here. Okay, and then cut down that score line just to the first little score line right there. So here's what we took out. Let's go over that again. We took out these 2 pieces right here, which it would be 2 score lines. This one and this one. That one and that one. So we took out those 2 pieces. And then we took out these 2 little pieces right here on that end. Okay? Then we're going to turn it around. And we're going to take out this little box right here. Little box right there. So just follow your score line and take out that box. And then you're just going to cut on down that score line to that first long score line right there. Okay, you're going to do it on the other side the same way. And then cut on that score line just down to that one. Okay, so you've got something that looks like this now. And I will try my best to draw this out and put it on the website to show you the different parts that you cut out. I'm not too good at drawing, but we will try our best. Alright, now while we've got this, before we start folding our score lines, we're going to go ahead and round off the corners. This is going to be our flap, our top flap, so we want those corners rounded off on both of them. And then this is going to be our side, our inside flaps to keep the little lid from falling down in there. So we want those rounded off as well. Okay, there we go. We got all of those rounded off. Now we're just going to fold on the score lines. And you can use your burnish, your bone folder to burnish everything. This is a quick and easy way to make a cute box. Alright, there you go. Now we're going to put some, you can either go ahead now and put your little outside pieces on, or you can glue it together and then put them on. I think I'm going to go ahead now and put them on. Since mine really doesn't matter about the pattern, I'm not going to worry about that, because if you have something that you have to match up the pattern, you might want to wait until you get your box put together and then put them on. And these are just mats, and it's very, very simple to put them on either way. But I'm going to go ahead and put mine on now, and they're just going to go on the 4 little boxes. There's one box. You see these 4 boxes? There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. That's going to be your sides. So you're just going to put these mats on the 4 sides. I put my other ones on after I finished, but hopefully these will be okay. Putting them on before, it doesn't matter. Or I put my other ones on when I finished, I'm sorry. Here I go with my words again today. Can't talk. So now that you have those on, you're going to put your score tape on, and put your score tape on these little flaps on the outside. Okay. Now just take your backing off your score tape, or your adhesive, whatever. Now you're going to, and you can see I messed mine up a little bit. I put the tape on the wrong side in the first time around. You're going to take the little flap, fold it up, and lay it right in that score line that's right here, and make sure that it is all the way down. And then make sure that your side right here matches up. Okay, then you're ready to press it down. And just do that on all 4 sides, but make sure that it is down all the way to the bottom. You know, don't leave it kind of up like this, because it's gonna, you'll find out in a little while why that will matter. Because this is what holds your top up. These hold your top up to keep your top from crashing down in there. So that's why it's got to be really straight. Okay. Get this all the way down to the bottom, and that matches up. There we go. Okay, so there is your box made, and as you can see, those little side pieces, they not only, okay, why is mine not closing right? There we go. They not only keep the lid up, but they keep everything on the side looking really closed and finished, so you don't have this big gap there. Okay, we'll just leave it closed, so we got all of our sides on. Now for this top, what you need for this little piece right here, it needs to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then what I used is, I used my Big Shot, And I used my circular dies, and I think these are spellbinders. I am not sure. I've had them forever, but I used the fourth one from the center, and the sixth one from the center. I will try to measure these and tell you about what size it is, so in case you don't have these, you can cut it out on your Cricut or cut it out by hand or whatever. But you're going to put, and I have my magnetic mat down on here, you're going to put them on there just like that, you know, kind of even it up from the sides, and then even the center one up like that, and then you're ready to cut. Now if you don't have a magnetic mat, make sure that you tape the dies down with something, a little bit of washi tape or something, so that they don't slide, because it's very important that they stay even. Okay, so that is my cutout there. Now for the little piece right here that I put in the middle, I'm just going to use the next die, the next lowest die from that one. And again, I will try to tell you I will try to tell you what colors these are, what sizes these are. Let me find a piece of paper. I will measure them in just a second and tell you how big they are. Alrighty. Now you don't have to run those through twice, but I do. Mainly because I don't want to reach on that end and pull it out. Okay, let's see. Again, this piece overall is 3 3/4. Now let's see if we can tell you what size the opening is. The opening is 3 1/4. Yeah, 3 1/4 exactly. So that's a 3 1/4 circle. And then you don't need this piece. You do need this one. This one is 2 3/8. Make sure it's, yeah, this one is 2 3/8. So again, the center, the opening on this one is 3 1/4 circular. This one is 2 3/8. Okay, and then this little circle is just a mat that is 1 7/8. All right, and again, I will try to put these measurements. Let me write them down so that I'll make sure that I remember to put them 3 1/4, 2 3/8, and 1 7/8. Okay, got them written down, so now hopefully I will remember to put them on the blog. Okay, you're going to put this down with pop dots. And you're not going to use a lot of pop dots. You're not going to use any large pop dots. You're going to use, see if I can find mine. I'm going to use these little ones, and I'm going to stack 2 on each corner, because these are small and one's not quite big enough, and 2 is just about right. And I don't have any information on these. They're maybe a 1/16, maybe an 1/8. Let's see. No, they're a 1/16. They're a 1/16 thick. So if you have some pop dots that are an 1/8, then that would probably be about right. But just put them on the 4 corners. That is all. Don't put them anywhere else. If you do, your little spinner will not spin. And you could use foam tape for this if you wanted to. I just didn't take my foam tape down. I thought I would use my pop dots. I don't use these enough. I grab my foam tape too quick. Alright, now all you're going to do is you're going to center this up on the top. Just make sure that it's centered as best you can. This is going to act as your mat. And just press down your 4 corners. Don't press down anywhere else, just press down your 4 corners. Okay, and now you are going to take 2 pennies, just regular old pennies, and I'm going to use, these are 1/8 inch pop dots. They're a little bit thicker than those, but I didn't want to use the black on the outside. And all you need to do is just put your pop dot right in the center of your penny, and then glue your other one to the top of it. Press it down a little bit so that it will grab, and you're going to put the pennies right in the lip there, just like that. Then you're going to take this piece and we're going to put a big square pop dot in it. And again, this one's probably 1/8 or so. And then you're going to sit it down as close, you're going to center it up as best you can. If you get it very much off center, then your pennies are going to fall out. Okay, yeah, that'll work. I just didn't have my little lip on this one in there. You could make this center a little bit bigger, just a tiny bit bigger, and it would probably work better. I just didn't have a die that would cut it any bigger. It would probably work better if it was just a tiny bit bigger, because you have room in there and under that. Okay, we'll go ahead and put our center part down. And I've left the top off my glue. That's a no-no. Working on my pennies. And there again, just center that up and press it down a little bit. Okay. Make sure that, yep. So now we're going to do a little bit of stamping using these cute little stamps. And I'm just using some archival ink. You could use your STAY-On, whatever. And I like to put a little piece of foam down under my cardstock because it makes it stamp better. There we go. Very pretty. And this archival ink and STAY-On will stain your stamps a little bit, but it will not hurt them. It conditions them more than it does anything, believe me. I've used it for years. All of my stamps are colored up, but it will condition your stamps. It will not hurt them. So let's see if we can get his little bow tie straight on camera. As straight as we can anyway. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, put that back. And then let's do a spring greeting. And we will put it on. See where I've been practicing stamping over there. I may stamp it on a different sheet. Because I need to cut out a tag, so. I love how crisp her stamp. That is so good. Such good quality. Okay, I'm going to take my tag punch, and I cut out that piece of paper where I had stamped that. And I'm just going to use a sticky note to help me hold it down in there where I need it. So I'm going to cut me out a little tag. There we go. So we got our tag. And then we have our little rabbit. Now I'm going to fussy cut the rabbit, but I'm not going to make you stay on here and watch that. I will fast forward this, or I will just be back in a moment when I get this cut out. So I have cut out our little rabbit. I've got our sentiment stamped, and then I punched another little tag with my tag punch. And what this is going to do is this is going to be the one that the little rabbit sits on. I didn't have a tag punch that was exactly the right size, so I'm just going to improvise. Now take your tag, decide where you want your rabbit, and then just cut a slit in there. That is just big enough to slide the bottom of your little rabbit in, as I did there. And I just cut the bottom of the rabbit off at kind of a point so that I could slide it down in there. And then get him like you want him, get him straight. And then all you're going to do is you're going to fold, you're going to lay that down, fold it down there, and then you're going to put a little glue under it. Okay, so there's your little rabbit, waving hi to everybody as he goes by. Then you'll take this one and put a little glue on there. I didn't need to put glue at the bottom. And then just take that one and glue it right up against the rabbit, and then make sure that it's even on both sides. So there he says spring greeting, and I think I actually stamped this one sideways, but it doesn't matter. Whichever way you want yours to be, it's fine. So there we go. And now all you have to do is you're going to take another pop dot and you're going to put it on top of that penny. And again, I'm just going to use these black ones because these are about a 1/16 or an 1/8. They're probably about an 1/8. Put it on there and then just stick your little bunny tag down to it. And there you go. He spins as he says hi and he goes by. See you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll be back in a little bit with a surprise YouTube teaser. Bye-bye.